Hi, I want to give you a quick demonstration how easy it is to clean your Keurig. You should do this on a regular basis, like say at least every couple months or something, okay? This cleaning process is for all Keurigs. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is shut our machine off. This one shuts off right here. This is what they call the base port. We want to take our damp sponge or cloth and clean it. I'm just going to dampen my sponge. I'm not going to put anything on it. You just want to get that right down in there. Give it a real good cleaning. Okay, now that this step here is done, we can now turn our power back on. And we're going to put some water into our reservoir. Enough for a couple of cups anyway. So we'll put the reservoir back on. I'm not going to bother with the cover. Now what we want to do is just run a couple of water cycles only. So if you have a pod in your pod holder, just remove it. Put it down. I'm going to put it on the largest cup possible and just run a water cycle only. I'm going to do this twice. We want to clean the mesh screen and the reservoir part. Now that we have emptied the water, your mesh screen is at the bottom down inside here. Okay? I don't know if you can see that. I'm sure on your own Keurig you'll see the mesh screen down there. So what we want to do, we want to fill this reservoir about 1/3 full. That's enough right there. Okay? You want to take your thumb or your palm of your hand or something and cover that hole. Okay? And then what we want to do is just give this a few good shakes. You can use hot or warm water. Okay, so now what we want to do is put our reservoir back in the sink, and we're going to run the water on the screen area, and we will put our finger into here and just carefully clean around where we can. Okay? Now we're going to start by running the water on the bottom part of the screen. Now while you're cleaning, you should be able to push in and out on the little button here while the water is running. It just, again, it helps to loosen anything that may be caught or stuck in there. So we're just going to, I'm trying to let you see this, pushing in on the button as I have the water running directly into this. I just do it a few times just to loosen anything that may be stuck in there. Now we're going to do the inside part of the screen, and we're just going to run our finger around wherever we can to try and clean that. We're just going to take regular white vinegar. We're going to fill this about up to 3/4 ways full. You can fill it all the way up if you want. That's fine too. Now that we've cleaned all the screen and we've cleaned all the different parts there like that, we're now going to put our reservoir back on, like so. I'm not going to bother with the cover for now. And we're just going to run vinegar cycles. Now when all this vinegar has gone through, we will then begin just water cycles to, of course, remove the taste of the vinegar. Once we begin the water cycle, it takes about 10 refills of the reservoir to get rid of all trace of the vinegar. And actually, right now it is 2:20, and I've just begun the vinegar. So I'll tell you what the time is when we're done getting rid of the smell of the vinegar. I'm fortunate enough to have a hose that reaches to my Keurig, so I'm going to be using it. Now, if you do watch some of the YouTube videos on cleaning the reservoir, you will notice that some people say to leave the vinegar sit for an hour, 2 hours, or whatever. And others just run it right through. So that would be your call, and maybe try both ways and you decide which way works for you best. So this is the 8th reservoir, and I just took a little tiny sip, and I'm just tasting really hot water. So, as soon as this one's run through, as soon as this cup has run through, I'll pour it out, and it's time to make a coffee. Okay, so running the entire vinegar and water cycle, it took 30 minutes, approximately. And now I've got a clean Keurig,